Now it's time for some breaking news. Here we are. It's Friday, so once again, I just want to say Deadpool 2 is going to be rated R, everybody. So it's the first Marvel rated R movie, which is fantastic. It's a huge thing for Marvel, and Kevin Feige is like, we're going to try it out. First one, it makes sense. Him and Hugh Jackman were friends from the very first X-Men movie, and he's giving him a chance to do a rated R movie with Deadpool. I think it's going to be great. And of course, the other two Deadpool movies were rated R, so why would this one not be rated R? It just makes sense it would. So rated R for X-Men. And as that's happening, something that's not happening right away is Peacemaker Season 2. And if you saw the DC lineup before, James Gunn said, well, we're going to do the Waller show instead. And it's because they're going to build up for Peacemaker Season 2. They're going to do Waller, and that's going to lead into Peacemaker. It's still happening, everybody, just not quite yet. He said later this year we'll get some more Peacemaker. And we're going to do this whole dance. Do you want to taste it? We're going to do this with everybody, the intro credits. We're going to do it.
Yes, I do.
It'll be here on Cruise Control eventually, everybody. We're going to do it. With that also, something else coming back, actually yesterday, was Picard. Picard started back on Paramount Plus. So if you like the show, Season 3, final season of Picard, you have a chance to watch Season 3 now. It's out. Watch it now. One episode's out, and the rest will come each week moving forward. Picard, Season 3. It's like the Next Generation all over again in a lot of ways. Also, something coming to Paramount Plus is Babylon. And I'm just like, Babylon's already coming out on Paramount Plus, everybody. You can see it February 21st. I didn't get a chance to see this. Did anybody get to see Babylon at all? Chris and Joanna, did you see it? Or Sabrina, did you see it?
At a cool 3 hours and 10 minutes, I'm definitely waiting for my living room for that experience personally.
Yeah, it's probably going to be one of those things, just like, Avatar came out and Babylon came out at the same time. It's hard to, it's like pick one. It's hard to sit in a movie theater for 3 hours. It just is.
No, it's literally a whole day of your life if you saw both of those movies. Like, that's a work day. Like, let's rein that in. No, thank you.
And we have kids. Like, what that crap are they going to do? They can't be there during the Babylon movie. Like, what are they going to do? Like, they can't hang out.
They're not going to be able to handle it.
Get home, make yourselves breakfast and lunch. I'll be home by dinner.
Yeah, Babylon is definitely not appropriate for children.
No.
What is it? I heard it was garbage. I've heard that too. It's so mixed. It's so mixed. I heard it could be. It looks cinematically amazing. I've heard, and I've heard like the acting
is really
good.
I've heard.
And it tells the time of Hollywood where they used to be. It's the transition from silent films into talkies. And it showcases a big time in Hollywood, but then again, at 3 hours,
there are a lot of inaccuracies also of the historical background. I think it's said that there are a lot of inaccuracies. To be fair, I didn't see it, and I also wouldn't know if it was inaccurate or not. But I guess people who do know said that it's not super accurate depiction of things.
But I'm not necessarily sure that if you're like interested in the history, this is the movie you should be watching for historical reference. Like, I'm like, it's not a.
They got a great cast though.
Like, but if you're gonna do a movie that is referencing specific people who actually existed in that time, it should be accurate-ish.
You think so?
How accurate is the Fablemans? Like, how?
Well, that's someone that wrote something about themselves. And like, that's a little bit different.
But I feel like even in those moments, like if it was even more so, like if it's an autobiography, which I mean, I don't know if it's clouding to be, but I'm just saying, like, if people write things, then it's sort of like Jenny McCarthy giving scientific factual information about autism. Like, maybe when you're listening to Jenny McCarthy, you have bigger problems.
That was 10
about
years
parents.
ago.
But I'm just saying,
her
10
kid
years
is
ago.
autistic. I mean, that's actually something.
But she had no basis to say that autism was brought on by certain things. Like, and that's similar to the situation. Like
eating gluten.
Unless these particular screenwriters are known to be historically accurate screenwriters, then I wouldn't watch it and be like, this definitely has to be. I mean, there was inconsistencies with Titanic too. Like there was,
but the Titanic is fictional. Like, Rose is fictional. Like, Jack is fictional. Like, those are fictional characters that existed on a ship that existed. Like, this is
she still should have saved Jack.
Who exist. Thank you with the door.
Just saying.
actual people who like existed in that time, and it should be more historical accurate, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
but with
honestly.
that too, I mean, we'll see. You have a chance to watch it on Paramount Plus now. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna sit down and check it out eventually, and you can actually sit down and watch it in, your own time frame now. You don't have to sit down for 3 hours. Maybe you'll get hooked, maybe you won't. But it's now gonna be on Paramount Plus. With that coming,
Probably
one
not.
thing leaving is Ryan Seacrest. So Ryan Seacrest, and we started getting, I think we got this far last night. Ryan Seacrest is leaving Kelly and Ryan. He's done with Live with Kelly and Ryan, and then Kelly's actual husband's gonna take over. So it's gonna be Live with Kelly and Mark, and they're gonna have their own show and get to have I mean, for her it's probably amazing because now she gets to be there with her husband every day and do the job. And he's an on screen personality, so it makes sense that he can do it. So why not? I bet they'll be great together. I bet it'll be fun to see, right?
He's also filled in many times for years and years,
Yep.
just like when Regis Philbin hosted, and then there was a gap between when Kathy Lee left and Kelly came on, where
Yep.
Regis Philbin's wife, Joy, also co-hosted. So it is a kind of like traditional moment. And they obviously have a phenomenal rapport. And also, I'm like, how many jobs can Ryan Seacrest have?
Thank you.
I was like, Ryan Seacrest gives
Yeah,
me
all of the jobs.
jobs. He's amazing. I'm not saying anything about it, but I can understand how he would feel burned out after he's been doing these multitudes of jobs for years and years and years and years.
He could take a break. And I listened to him on
He's
the
not breaking.
What?
Oh, he'll be doing other
He's
stuff.
not breaking. He's still doing the
listen-
Ryan's Roses and the American
I listen
Idols,
on
and
the way to
I
work.
mean, the man doesn't
Find a
stop.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
To
You know,
find someone to get
apparently-
married
Or
to.
a boyfriend, whatever it is, bro. Just find it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, with him going away, though, I mean, it makes sense. He needs more time. Maybe this was a thing, too, that she just wanted to be there with her husband, And it became mute. She called like Ryan like her brother. So maybe she's like, hey, bro, I need more time with my husband. He does a great co-host for me, too.
Hey, bro.
It's been 6 years. It's been great. Love you. But bring in my husband, Could be. You never
She's
know.
also like, hey, who doesn't like a double income? She's
Aye,
like,
right?
Yep.
both.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sold right there.
You're both
But
getting paid.
But with him going away, I want to talk about John Madden. So John Madden is getting his own biopic. Well, it's a biopic limited series. So they're actually developing right now. They're going to talk about from the Eagles to coaching to being an on-air personality. It's going to tell his whole life story after 80 for Brady came out, of course. Now people are like, well, what else can we do? And he has a great career, amazing career. So it makes sense to tell his story in this kind of form. Now, it was going to be a movie, but they decided that because there's so much to tell and so many chapters, they would make it a limited series, which makes sense. It just does for someone like him for that kind of illustrious career. And with that happening too, another thing that's not going to happen right away is Squid Game. Squid Game Season 2, and this is what we got last night. Squid Game Season 2, okay? I thought this was done, in the can, coming out this fall. Didn't happen. Apparently they start shooting this summer, and they said it'd take 10 months, and then it'll be out there. And that's a long time. They're shooting for 2024. And I'm just like, they're doing that reality show right now. That's going to be coming out first, and I think that's what's coming out first, and that's what I thought it was. So can you imagine, though? I mean, in the reality world, Chris and Joanna, can you imagine they're actually doing a Squid Game reality show? Like, that's a real thing. People are going to be pretending to be shot and killed. And people were getting like sick and injured when they were doing the red light, green light. I mean, I don't know.
Squid
Squid Game's
frostbite thing. That was a
Joanna-
frostbite situation.
Joanna has to take a quick break.
okay.
We're having some problems.
Oh,
Child
all
care
good.
issues.
Children.
All good. Yeah, but I think it's crazy they're doing this. But I mean, I was really excited about Squid Game Season 2. I still am.
Me
It's
too.
going to be some time. Hopefully it comes out sooner than that. But that's kind of how it goes here. Next thing happening is How to Train Your Dragon live action show is coming. This is going to be happening. Disney's producing it. They're not going to be like... They're going to be doing kind of a spin-off of this. So it's like they're going to take the first 3 movies, they're going to make a new franchise, they're going to adapt it. It's not a continuation, it's this all new thing. So this is going to be happening. It's a huge hit for them. Huge hit for Disney. It's coming out March 14th, 2025. And I like the original stuff. I think it'll be good.
I agree with Jukebox with the hard pass on the in real life Squid Game. That is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's going to be a great thing. I honestly think so, Sabrina. I mean, we'll see what happens. Another thing happening, which I was like, this is already happening. Another Planet of the Apes movie. Yep, another Planet of the Apes movie is happening.
I don't know how many Planet of the Apes we need to do, but this has a
They
very
finished shooting it.
good cast. At least it's a really good cast.
Oh,
Who's
Planet of the
the
Apes.
Yeah,
The thing is, though, Sabrina, Andy Serkis isn't coming back.
I know, but there's like a lot of William H. Macy is in it, and there's also like a lot of like I don't want to say like up and coming, but like newly popular people, that are like the girl who plays I can't remember her name. She was in Alter Carbon, and also in Severance, the one who plays his wife, Adam Scott's wife.
Yeah.
She's in it. And then there's like a lot of younger actresses that are, very, very good. Like a lot, it feels like I feel like they cast the same type of people for these type of movies, like the Game of Thrones squad and like it's like all these like weird, like fantasy pieces. Like they kind of bring the same people in for,
Yeah.
which I guess if you can make yourself seem realistic in that type of world, like why not keep going with it? But I would like a little bit of diversity. You know me, I hate rebooting everything. I think enough is enough. But there is at least a decent cast behind it.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's not even a reboot. It's a continuation still. So they're going to be following after the third one. They're going to be following the third one. It comes out May 24th, 2024. It's going to pick up right where they left off, pretty much. So many years after the conclusion of the 2017
With no
version.
Andy Serkis?
No Andy Serkis. Caesar's still kind of like, because he played Caesar, who was like the big character from all the Planet of the Apes.
The main ape.
Yeah, but this is gonna be like Caesar's like a Moses type character. They're saying that people are like aspire to be like, but he's a fabled type person, and it's gonna actually follow a new ape, the new ape, and it's gonna be like he's gonna be kind of like looking at the teachings of Caesar, and it's gonna be its whole new thing. They're gonna follow the ape whose clan has been enslaved by another ape leader, and as he embarks on an adventure with a young human woman in search of freedom. And, Caesar's always kind of there in a way,
So it's a continuation, but not really.
Yeah. And now, I guess now humans are like Pharaoh-like creatures in this too. And it's kind of really leading up to what the originals were, if you ask me, which was like humans were like nothing. And in the Apes new franchise, they were just like kind of building towards that, So I think now they're there. So we've kind of gotten back to the OG Planet of the Apes. But to me, I'm like, do we need more of these?